Well, as we've been saying, markets at this moment a little flat, but with a bias towards the green. The number of advancing stocks still high, about 20% higher than the number of declining stocks. So in a fine spot after a fairly decent rally in March. So let's concentrate on the economy, which apparently is not keeping pace. One of the factors that one notices starkly in the economy is the lack of deposit growth. Deposit growth has been poor, and the last available figure as of March 15th is just 9.8%. But credit growth is very strong at about 14.5% to 15%. This leading to probably a liquidity crunch. How are things panning out at the banking front in terms of the cost of money? K Gupta, Managing Director of State Bank of India, and Tanvee Gupta Jain, the Chief India Economist at UBS Securities, join us. Good morning, both of you. Well, Tanvee, first let me come to you. Are we facing a fundamental problem of inadequate savings and inadequate deposits now?
Well, I would say the structural problem is definitely inadequate household savings, because the bulk of household savings actually form your bank deposits. If you look at the breakup of household financial savings, 60% of the money used to go into bank deposit, and that percentage has come down drastically. Yes, few reasons which could explain it. One could be the savings, financial savings itself falling, interest rates in the economy not being attractive. So yes, in real terms, the interest rates are pretty attractive, but in nominal terms, if you look at a one-year FD rate, it's still pretty unattractive for the household to put money in a bank deposit versus maybe on a small saving instrument where interest rates are much higher. Second, what we are seeing is that the income levels in the economy, the growth has been muted over the past couple of years. So if you look in terms of nominal terms, the personal disposable income growth, that has been somewhere in the 9.5 to 10.5% YOY growth versus 11, 12 or even 13, 14% kind of growth which we used to see in the past. The third is we are seeing that the currency in circulation levels are much higher. In fact, they are above the pre-demon phase. So yes, part of it adjustment could be because the money is coming back into the system. Okay. We are going back to the...
Tanvee, I must request you and Mr. K Gupta to just hold on for a few minutes. We have been trying to get Mr. A.M. Naik for a long time, and now we've got him on the line. Mr. Naik, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Well, how are you?
Very well, sir. Thank you. But I don't know about the Mindtree investors. They are a bit restive because we've got some fairly angry comments coming in from the Mindtree management.
Why should it be angry? You know, off and on we have been hearing for last 3 years that now the many promoters want to exit.
Okay.
And instead of private equity and other investor taking, company of L&T reputation, who knows how to run IT business, because we have already, and we are good to employees always, which is our very, very strong principle.
Okay.
It is good for both the companies.
Well, sir, if
I can't understand what is hostility in that.
No.
Somebody or the other is going to take the company.
No, sir, if I may, you know, we have got statements that they have made to the press, Mr. Krishna Kumar, K.K. Natarajan, Mr. Rosto Ravanan, that they are, you know, that they protest this hostile takeover. Now, my question to you is, have you made any overtures to win them over? Because, I mean, after all, people are very important in IT.
For a long time.
Okay. So you feel confident you will be able to retain them in the company?
I think that's something which only time will tell. But we have tried our level best to be nice and friendly and cooperative.
Okay. Mr. Naik, good morning. Can you tell us a little bit about how this would dilute L&T's own return ratios? Because earlier you did have a target of 18% ROE by FY21. With this integration taking place, what would the ROE be?
I think you should talk to Sankaraman. He is our CFO.
Sure.
You know, I'm not that day-to-day active now.
Sir, but I just wanted... Sure, okay, so we won't get into the specifics, but, you know, the capital allocation policy for L&T as a whole was expected to be a bit asset-light. But now the fear is that, you know, with these deals coming through, L&T will become more of a conglomerate and less of an EPC player.
No, I don't. I think we want to reduce our weightage on EPC.
Okay.
It's a highly risky business, and the net profit is 5%.
Okay.
Services business, whether it is technology, engineering, financial services, or IT, the net profit is 15 to 16%, 3 times more.
Okay. Okay.
I don't see any problem about the over maybe a year more, the return on investment coming down.
Okay. So, what are the plans with you will now be the owner of 3 IT entities. L&T will be the owner of the existing L&T twins.
Two we created.
And one more that you are buying. Will there be
one
any
more we are investing in, not buying yet.
Okay, investing in. Well, I would assume there is an open offer, so you will be a rather large investor, a promoter
I don't
investor.
think open offer more than 4-5%.
Okay.
Okay.
But therefore, would there be any synergies you will plan, or are they all going to be independently listed stocks for the foreseeable future?
In any case, they will be independently listed. Both have, just now talked about promoters' unwillingness to cooperate. To resolve how we will work together.
Okay.
That will be our intention.
Okay.
However, I can't understand. They go around talking to private equity who are ruthless, to say the least, in returns and everything else, least concerned about employees. We are actually employee-driven company because it is owned by employees. We also have this trust which owns 14%, same as the promoter there.
Okay.
So our culture is same, our value system is same. I don't think they can ever
Okay.
get the better company than us.
Sure. So, Mr. Naik, sorry we missed that. Both the businesses will be run separately for the moment, or are you looking at a merger in the near future?
No, not in near future. Both has a separate shareholder. Both has a separate customer.
Okay.
It will run. Both the companies will run separately. It will be hopefully someday.
Okay.
When the promoter want to exit on their own, at that stage we will think what.
Okay. So, are you feeling confident that Mindtree will continue to run successfully? Because clients will be worried if the top management is unhappy and if some of them want to move out.
Well, I think we will take it as it comes.
Okay. You did mention that you're, interested in reducing the weightage on the EPC business, since it is a highly risky business, and looking at perhaps increasing your exposure to the services sector. Can you tell us what is L&T's long-term strategy as far as the IT sector is concerned?
Well, we want to be in top 6-7 companies, and we are already, I think, number 8. We will become number 7 or 6.
Okay. Is there any meetings scheduled?
I think I have to go now, Lata.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Naik. Thank you very much. So, okay, that's L&T saying that they are making an effort to speak and have been making an effort to convince the top brass at Mindtree.